Hey guys, it's Martin Shkreli. This is This Week in Investing and Finance, episode 10. Happy 10th episode. This will only be 5 or 10 minutes. Next week will be back to the normal time. So sorry about the brief episode this week. Got a lot going on. Market was pretty interesting. Bitcoin rallied and has been pretty good shape. Crude is in this weird depression. The yield curve flattened a little bit, which I still think is pretty worrying, but the most important thing of all that happened is there was a big risk on dynamic where biopharma was up 7%. Some of the biopharma indices were up like 10%. So a huge rally in biopharma, and tech stocks continued to rally. So it was a pretty interesting week. Oracle had a good quarter. Oracle was up 10%. It's pretty interesting when a big company like that is up 10%. So that's sort of it for the markets. Again, this is going to be very brief. Clovis reported great data, so that stock is up a bunch. We've talked about these stocks before. Omeros continues to shock and awe. Very happy we're long that. I'll talk about that in a minute. I sold some. Sangamo also had a pretty good week, now up 40% this month. So very happy to have that stock. Alexion continued to rally as well. So feeling really good about the portfolio and kind of what's going on. Again, there's a lot of large indiscriminate moves. A lot of these stocks have been in the doldrums, so it's not surprising that some of them have caught a bid. There are very few stocks that are down for the month now with this big rally last week. So anyway, our longs are outperforming our shorts though. I added one stock that looks really overvalued called Ironwood. I'm still going to continue to research it, so don't go out and short it just yet, but I think Ironwood might be very overvalued, so I'm happy to find some more shorts as I prosecute, no pun intended, these longs. The portfolio had an amazing week, up 2% for almost no net exposure. That's an incredible... Ironwood is not the secret short. I am short the secret short, so we still have some time before the secret short is unveiled, maybe next week, who knows. But with respect to the portfolio, we had a huge week, up 2.2%. Again, the S&P is only up 9% this year, so we're almost caught up to the S&P, up 6% with almost no net exposure, very little gross exposure as well. So really remarkable results for the portfolio. Hope that our good luck continues longer and longer. But for now, 6% in a year. It's only half the year, market neutral, low gross exposure, really nice performance. If I do say so myself, I hope that I could have this kind of performance for the rest of my life. But, we'll see. We're working hard on finding new stocks. So we all know I've trimmed Alexion before, but it's still the largest position, continues to do well. Gilead finally caught a little bit of a bounce. Regeneron's over 500, on its way to 600, I think. Avexis stopped acting like death and has started to perform relatively well. This is the riskiest stock in the portfolio, one of my favorite stocks in the world at the moment. The large cap stocks are kind of whatever. Like I mentioned, Sangamo has had a great week, but Spark and Unicure are still interesting positions to me in that hemophilia basket. PTC, Versatris, Horizon, I think I'm going to sell first thing next week. And then I wanted to mention Omeros, which I sold. So I finally got out of Omeros. I mentioned it on Facebook. If you don't follow me on Facebook, go ahead and follow me there. Sometimes I post stock picks there, but I'm basically out of Omeros now. I might keep this tiny stub position for a while. I shorted a software stock called Tableau. I've been digging into a lot of software companies lately, just as I kind of guide and run my private software company, and Tableau looks a little overvalued to me, but again, I put these little tiny positions, 10 basis points, just so I watch the companies and make sure that I really try to understand them over time. I'd rather not have a 5 or 10% position in a software company until I really get more comfortable trading the space. Let's see, other than that, not a lot changed. Insight had a really good week. That stock kind of performed in line with the market, whereas Acadia, Neurocrine, and Medicines Company all underperformed the index, which I was really pleased about. I'm going to answer a couple quick questions. JT asked, how do you value negative income companies? It's really interesting. You do it the same way as positive income companies. There's no difference, really. So if you don't have the intuition to forecast future earnings, which JT mentioned was difficult for him, don't trade or invest in that stock, and don't bother. Max asked about trading off of moving averages. This isn't a good idea. I think you should probably focus on quantitative investing. Moving averages is kind of like learning your ABCs, and you probably wouldn't enter a writing competition if you just learned your ABCs. So I think that makes sense. My good friend Rabbi IG mentioned the Akthar article from Andrew Left. I don't know Andrew too well. I know he likes to short stocks and write about them. To me, this is a short jihad. I think Akthar is fine. It's obviously not the perfect drug, but I don't think it's what the shorts think it is. So I think Akthar is going to be okay and exist and not kind of go to zero like a lot of people think. Caleb asked why Switzerland, and even asked why Ireland with respect to starting companies. Obviously, it's due to taxes, 35% tax rate versus a 5, 10, 15% tax rate in these countries makes it obvious where you want to start your company. So, like I said, short one this week. You can email me questions, martin@thoughtpatrol.com. I do try to answer them here or answer them personally. Follow me on Twitter, BLMBro, and you can sign up for Godel at godel.systems. So again, really sorry for the abridged lesson here, but I appreciate the sorry about that. I appreciate the interest nonetheless. And next week, like I said, I will promise to have a full lesson or podcast, or whatever you want to call these things. So again, thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.